So I heard you want to beat the Lost Sector fast.
Now I'll be running this Lost Sector with a very specific build that I made a whole video on. I'll briefly describe the build in this video, but I highly recommend watching the build video to fully understand how to utilize it. The link to that will be in the description. The exotic armor in rotation today will also be in the top line of the description on this video. And with that out of the way, let's hop right into the guide. Alright, so for the build today, we're going to be taking advantage of my Infinite Weaken Oathkeeper build. Now for the weapons, we have Wishender for anti-barrier champions and also high damage on the adds. It actually one-shots every single add in the game. We're going to be using a trace rifle for the overload champions and an arc machine gun due to the arc surge lasting all season for that heavy damage against the boss and the champions. Now again, there's so much that is going on with this build, so I highly recommend watching the build video before you watch this. But with that being said, let's hop right into the guide. Alright, so jumping right in, before the action starts here, what was that camera movement? I was definitely messing with my DPI setting for a second there. I wanted to say something, but we're already in the action. So basically what's happening here is we are going to clear out this room of all the adds, and then what's going to happen at that point is the barrier champion is going to spawn. Now what I recommend to you guys is you kill as many adds as possible because this is a barrier servitor, and what those guys like to do, if you don't know, they are notorious. They make adds immune, making them much harder to deal with. So kill as much stuff as you can before they spawn, and then when he spawns in, you know, it's as simple as just killing the barrier champion. Now I recommend only moving down when this side of the room is cleared out, otherwise you're going to want to stand in that first position that I was standing in. Now what I wanted to say was this Lost Sector run is extremely long. It's about 12 minutes long, so I'm going to be skipping a lot. I'm only going to hit you with the relevant tips. I'm not going to sit here and talk for 12 minutes straight. The reason why it's 12 minutes though, guys, is the fact that I did this the first week of the season, so I had no artifact levels. I might be sitting at 1800 right now. I might even be as low as 1895 or something like that. So that's why it's so long. Any future guide from me will be much shorter, especially now that I've figured out some meta builds. But yeah, this room is pretty damn straightforward, so let's skip to the next one. Alright, the second you kill that barrier, this door will open and there's going to be two dregs sitting there. You see me lining up that nice shot because Wishender does go through adds, and then you're just going to have some shanks in front of you. Wishender is just making quick work of everything. Wishender absolutely one-shots any low HP target. It does more damage than Arbalest if you guys don't know. You're definitely going to want to go get Wishender. I'm not sure why people don't know that this is meta, but it absolutely is. It's literally better than Arbalest. It's Arbalest, but on... I don't want to get demonetized. You get the point. It does more damage than Arbalest, and it's anti-barrier. So you just saw it. An ad is going to... Two groups of adds are going to spawn left side and right behind you. After you take care of them, you're going to want to take care of those snipers in the back. And then, in my opinion, the priority from that point is going to be taking care of that barrier servitor. It's not a barrier, but the servitor, because that, even though it's not a barrier, it does also make things immune. So I like to take care of that. But you see me taking care of the adds. It doesn't really matter what order you do it in, to be honest, because we were doing it from behind cover there, so the servitor wasn't shooting at us. Anything the servitor might have been making immune also wasn't shooting at us. So that was an okay order, but now that the servitor is making things immune, we're definitely going to want to take care of that thing. And the second we do that, what I like to do is I like to move forward. You see those three dregs? See those three fallen enemies that I'm shooting at right now? I like to grab that position after I clear that section out because there are some adds in the back around there that the barrier likes to make immune. At that point, we're just going to take care of the barrier. After we clear all the adds in our face, obviously, after we clear the servitor champion, we're just going to kill the barrier and then we can proceed forward. The most important things to kill in this section of the Lost Sector is just those snipers in the back. After that, it's pretty straightforward and you're just going to be melting everything with Wishender. Now you see me moving to that position. This is kind of what I was talking about. Excellent position. Now one thing to look out for is those slow mines. They are really annoying and they could get you killed if you aren't being mindful of your position. Now you see this back section is already cleared out. It's not actually cleared. I took way too long dealing with the other adds, and what happened was these adds that are standing where I'm currently standing moved forward, and now the barrier is making them immune. But it's okay because we could just use this area to kill the barrier. I mean, we have excellent cover with the left side wall. Not much you could do about it. We're going to be using the Wishender, a little bit of machine gun damage. You see he's finishable, so we're going to go for that. That way we can clear out the rest of the adds. After they are dead, the next door will actually open, and then this next section here can be a little finicky because, first of all, the second you enter the store, there's going to be 2 ads with shotguns. Now, these shotguns are notorious. They have infinite range. Range doesn't really matter. Obviously, they're right in your face, but they also do heavy damage. So be mindful of them. Don't just run into this room. You will get sniped and you will die. So after you take care of them, you see, this is what makes it finicky. Not just the shotguns, but the Overload Champion. Overload Champions are so annoying. They're easily the worst champions in the game to deal with. So what you can do is, to take care of them, you can strafe left to right, and if you're in the optimal range, they can't actually do damage to you. It takes a little bit of finessing and a little bit of mastering, but once, see I'm taking damage. I hadn't quite understood that when I was doing this run, but if you guys sit there and like practice the ranges, there is a certain range that you can stand at where strafing left to right, they do 0 damage to you, which is excellent. Now after we take care of them, we're just going to clear out a couple more ads and then we'll be in the boss room. Really straightforward stuff, so we're going to skip ahead. I keep saying skip, but I'm just going to speed up, so by the time I'm done talking, we'll already be there. Alright, now once you get here, you're going to want to kill as many ads as possible because what's going to happen is that Overload Champion is going to come. Now it seems like he's already here, so we're going to stun him and we're going to pop our super because this Overload is so annoying. Because if you don't kill him in this position, he will move to the back of the map and he will become much harder to kill. So you guys are going to want to pop your supers, throw your heavy ammo at him, just get rid of this guy as fast as possible. And I don't really think you're going to have much trouble because you're going to be a much higher power level than I was when I did this Lost Sector run. So you should be able to melt him pretty damn fast. After that, we're just going to clear out ads and then the boss is actually going to spawn. Now what I like to do is I like to clear out right side. You're going to see there's going to be some ads on the left, potentially, but if you go to right side, they're going to move to you. I like right side because there's just much more cover. So we are actually going to speed up until this wave of ads is done. After that, you're going to see there's going to be a couple more ads that spawn. After we take care of those ads, then the boss will actually spawn in. Alright, now as you can see, or maybe you can't see because all these particles are in my face from these slowed explosions, the Shanks have spawned, and these are the last group of ads. Definitely going to want to kill that Tracer Shank as fast as possible because he is very annoying. He will absolutely melt you. It is a sniper enemy. Then there's the Heavy Shank, and there's a couple more minor Shanks. After you kill all these guys, the boss will actually spawn, and we will try to melt him as fast as possible. So, looks like that's it. You see the room becoming all red. That is an indicator for the boss spawning. We're going to throw our grenade to make the boss weakened, and we're just going to start firing our Wish Ender shots. You see our super is already back. That's one thing, like guys, if you want to use your super, you don't need to save it for the boss room because you're in a solo activity, you're doing so much damage to ads that it's going to come back much faster than it would if you were in a trio activity. That's one mistake I see a lot of people making. If you're in a solo activity, just use your super. You know, you can use it probably 3-4 times in a Lost Sector run. So yeah, at this point, we're just doing damage to him. Now, the thing about this boss is when you reach certain damage thresholds, he starts rotating around the map, so you're going to want to be mindful of that when, like, for example, if you're going to use, I don't know, the Arc Staff throwable super, Gathering Storm, you might whiff your super. Same thing with Chaos Reach, so you're going to want to watch those health bars. After one of those bars is gone, he's going to rotate over here. After another one is gone, he's going to rotate to where I am currently standing. So just keep that in mind. Now, during the actual boss fight, definitely going to want to prioritize the servitors for obvious reasons. He's making everything immune, including the boss. Now, as you can see, the boss is rotating around, so we are going to be doing the same thing. We're going to rotate to the position that he spawned from. Now, eventually he's going to start coming towards us, so we're going to go right side, but I want to let you know right now to be careful because sometimes ads will spawn right behind you when you do push to right side. So stay here as long as possible until things start running on top of you, and then you can go right side. But again, just be careful, guys. I got overrun by a few ads that just spawned on top of me with no audio indication. It was quite strange. But as you can see, at this point in time, the boss is half HP. You know, we're making quick work of him. Gonna want to, again, prioritize the servitors. Now, as you can see, a champion just spawned, and it does come from the right side. Now, thankfully, we weren't standing there, but that is what actually spawned on top of me. So it seems like if you are standing where the boss spawned in the middle for the 3rd damage threshold, you're going to be quite safe. There's nothing that's going to spawn on top of you. So keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, at this point in time, we are just going to melt the barrier champion with our Wish Ender, and then we're going to kill the boss. And it's pretty straightforward from that point. Now, it looks like the boss is about to fall off the map, but just know, if he falls off the map, he will just respawn. So don't, like, go run out in the open thinking that you're safe. You can just go grab the chest. You can't, guys. he will respawn and you will get melted. But apart from that, this lost sector is pretty damn straightforward, and I haven't been able to run it this season with a good build, but I'm gonna call it an easy farm because this is definitely the easiest of the 4 moon lost sectors. So we're gonna put easy farm in the title, and we'll see what you guys think about that. But yeah, and that's gonna be the guide, guys. Don't forget to watch the build video. Hopefully this helped. If it did, be sure to subscribe as I post lost sector guides daily. Either way, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Peace.